So the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out very soon. And I think it's safe to say, with pre-orders already selling out, that this is going to be a very successful launch for Nintendo. However, this success will not come without a few caveats. As you all probably have already heard, the new staggering price is a whopping $449, almost $200 more than its predecessor. But not only will the console itself be more expensive, but games, specifically physical copies, will see insane increases, and we're seeing $80 for physical copies of games. I mean, even a new set of controllers is going to cost us at least $100 once taxes are applied. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I genuinely think that this will be the last true mainstream handheld that the gaming community is going to see. And if I might be so bold, I would go as far as to say that this might actually be the death of portable gaming, outside of course, the third-party market for retro consoles and retro handhelds. And there's one thing that I really do want to point out about what I'm saying is that I don't think it's going to be the price that kills portable gaming, but more so that the Switch 2 is going to change what handhelds are for future generations. As we've already been told, games are now going to be digital copies and not actual physical storage on a device. And what this was going to do is going to make hard copies basically worthless. I also think it's important to mention that emulation has been viciously attacked by Nintendo. I mean, over the past few years, we've seen content creators be sent cease and desist. We've seen whole channels be taken down for showing emulated content. And I think while they have every right to do so, demonizing your loyal fan base right before a huge launch like this is just a horrible way to show, support for your fans, and especially when they're buying the same IPs essentially year after year, release after release, and showing support every step of the way. Also, just to touch back on pricing, the new pricing model is absolutely insane to me. It's predatory. It's going to more than likely incentivize scalpers to jump out as fast as they can on pre-orders and physical releases of pretty much anything regarding the Switch 2. And I think that's such a horrible thing, because what it essentially does, it prices out the younger generation, right? You're going to have a slew of people who are die-hard, hardcore fans. They're going to buy everything that comes out for the Switch 2, including the console itself. But for the parents of people that are trying to afford this stuff at scalper price, that's going to just price them all out of the market. And you actually really need that young, fresh generation to continue upholding this new stuff as the older generations fade off. So in my opinion, handhelds have always been a quick and affordable way to play your favorite video games on the go. What happened to the Game Boy Advance SP days, where a $100 console with $40 games gave you endless hours of fun? Even the Nintendo DS, that had a way larger library, offered something for everyone at a decent price tag. Heck, even with the ridiculous resale market of the 3DS, there are still claims that it's possibly the greatest handheld ever. And even with all that negative stuff aside, I really think the Switch 2 is going to sell extremely well. I think the features, especially like 4K output from docking and the super amped up performance that we're going to see, are going to be really alluring to a lot of the diehard fans like myself. But I think at some point people are going to have to draw a line. But honestly, I say all that to say that the Switch 2 isn't just a departure from the core foundation of what Nintendo once stood for, but it's also far from the spirit of what handheld gaming has always been and what it's been meant to be. At the end of the day, guys, I really hope for my sake and for everyone else's sake that I'm wrong. However, I do think Nintendo is setting a horrible precedent that you can treat your fan base however you want to, DMCA their favorite content creators, copyright strike, anyone who's trying to show modifications or do anything to your systems, or do anything that's actually keeping the memories and the just overall joy that people have playing Nintendo games. The fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, however the release goes, and then if they still are the same old Nintendo, still aggressively DMCAing people, still aggressively, blocking any type of emulation or modification with this amped up performance and everything that they've got going on, setting that precedent that you can treat your fans however you want and still reap the rewards is just a slippery slope for the entire gaming community, if I'm going to be completely honest. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Honestly, I just wanted to get on here and give some of my predictions about how I feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 release is going to go, some of my opinions about how I honestly feel about Nintendo in recent years, and obviously with this Kirby figure, I'm a pretty diehard fan, but I mean, like, I just really hate to see them, you know, depart from everything that made them so great. Made them such a great developer. And again, like, I know their new games are going to be good. They always hit the mark with their main IPs. We're going to get a good Mario game. We're going to get an amazing Legend of Zelda game. We're going to get an amazing, Fire Emblem game. But at what point do we draw the line at how they treat the community and we continue to shell out money with these ridiculous pricing models and ridiculous modernization of everything that they're doing, honestly? So yeah, that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you share my sentiments? Do you think I'm crazy? However you feel, let me know down in the comments below. I really want to see if I'm just like making this up in my head. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.